G'day everyone, welcome back to Umart OnLive. I'm Rhinus Tech Tips coming at you live through the power of the internet again. Today we've got something very exciting to show you, a couple of things very exciting to show you. First off, obviously we've got some keyboards and some peripherals here from Keychron, and we also have a really cool security camera setup from TP-Link that we're going to take you through. So yeah, really excited. Should be a great stream, plenty to talk about, plenty to check out. Thanks everyone for coming along. Before we do get into that, of course, I do want to mention again our Uber delivery service that we offer, Uber Direct, which is fantastic same-day delivery service at a really good price. We've rolled this out across most of the country now as well, so definitely worth checking out, especially if you need something quick but can't make it into one of our stores for whatever reason. Uber Direct, really good solution for modern life. Can't wait to hear about the Q1 Max. Yes, that is one of the keyboards that we've got to show off today, the Q1 Max. Some serious weight to this thing. There is a lot of keyboard in there, so really looking forward to opening that one up and showing you some of the features of that as well. Well, look, I think we might as well get started on it. We'll start with the Keychron stuff. So, pop that there because we're definitely going to be getting into that later, TP-Link camera. But first, we'll have a look at the Keychron. So we've got the aforementioned Q1 Max. Very, very nice keyboard. A lot of weight to it, 75%. So not the full-size keyboard. You haven't got the number pad on it. So for those of you that prefer the 10 keyless solution, that is definitely one to check out. I'll see if I've got my cameras set up right, but there we go. That's that one there, the Keychron Q1 Max. We will also be checking out the Keychron B1 Pro, which is a really slim, compact mechanical well, not mechanical, it couldn't possibly be, look how thin it is, but a wireless keyboard. Very similar to almost like a laptop, I guess, like a chiclet keyboard. Looks kind of like a couple of, like I've seen portable keyboards that look a lot like that as well, but very cool. So we're going to be having a look at that. And the last thing from Keychron as well we're going to be looking at is the M7 wireless mouse. So, you know, obviously if you got the Keychron keyboard, you want to be matching it with the Keychron mouse, because why not? Numpad FTW. Look, in all honesty, Chili Man, I tend to agree with that, I won't lie. But look, there's definitely a place for the TKL stuff as well. It is, especially if you haven't got quite as much room, or you're looking for something a little bit more compact. But look, I just use the numpad anytime I type in a number myself. Anyway, look, let's get into the Q1 Max. That's the exciting one, isn't it? This is a pretty serious keyboard. Pop it open. There we go. So obviously we've got manuals and the quick start guide, which is nice. A lot of brands don't give you that sort of stuff anymore, so I always prefer having the paper copy. I don't have to look it up online. Here we go. Keyboard here. Very nice. Obviously, as I said, the TKL layout, so quite compact, quite small, very weighty for a Keychron keyboard, or for a compact keyboard. I was expecting it to be quite a lot lighter, but it is. There's some serious weight to this thing, but obviously very good build quality in it. What else do we get in the box here as well? So we've got a few other little, look like little. Not actually 100% sure what those are, but they're like little strips of foam or something. A few replacement keycaps, and obviously cable to plug it in. I believe this should function either as wireless or Bluetooth. You might be able to see that there on here, if I can get it. Yeah, there we go. But you've got a couple of options to switch between, obviously, either your wired or wireless connection, as well as on either PC or Mac. So I think you currently got the Mac keys on the keyboard. Not a Mac man myself, but perfect for either one. Full metal body, it certainly feels like it's full metal body. If it isn't full metal body, I have no idea why it's so heavy, but really good build quality on this thing, so really nice. It's got volume control on the keyboard, which I love personally, really nice. Much easier than having to do it manually. Yeah, really solidly built. I just can't get over how solid this thing is. It's like a brick. It's great. Look, I love that. I'd much prefer it to be real heavy than real light, because it generally means it's pretty good quality. Anyway, we've also got a few other accessories that come with it as well. Namely, obviously, we've got the wireless dongle, what appears to be a joiner, so from A to C. Also, the other thing with this cable here is it comes with the USB-C and A adapter as well. So obviously you can use it either with a USB-C port or an A port on your PC or laptop or Mac or whatever you need to plug it into. So that all comes with it out of the box. You're not having to fiddle around or buy extra adapters or anything, which is fantastic. I wish, again, more keyboards would do that sort of stuff. Love the color combo of the Q1. It is good. I'm a bit of a fan of the look. I like the blue and the sort of aqua teal keys on it as well. Another really great thing about the Keychron stuff, and particularly obviously while we're getting into it and looking at things like comes with the keycap pullers and the switch pullers as well. So the key, yeah, I know it hurts my soul as well. Hang on, if I can fix it. This is all Terry's fault. He's the one that put these up, not me. So don't blame me. There we go. That'll stay probably for about 5 minutes and then it'll fall down again, so don't worry about it. Anyway, as I was saying, I digress a little bit. The keycap pullers and everything. So one of the great features of the Keychron keyboards is that they are very customizable. So you're not locked into, even if you buy one with particular switches, you're not locked into having those switches for life if you'd like to swap that out. And that's one thing I'm going to show you with this keyboard is how to do that sort of stuff as well. You might have noticed, I need to clear a bit of the clutter out of the way, but you might have noticed we've got some switches. These aren't jars of candy, as much as they look like it almost. They are switches. So we've got some of the Gatoron blues, we've got some of the Gatoron reds and your browns. Similar to the cherry switches, that's the same kind of color and naming scheme. G'day Keychron, great to have you guys in the chat. Thanks again, obviously, for giving us the swag for the stream. Really cool. Bloody Terry, yeah, I agree, Generic Gamer, he is. Bloody Terry, he might come back on stream someday. I think he's outside somewhere, so hopefully he doesn't hear it. But yeah, these are your replacement switches as well, obviously. So the Keychrons, I believe they use the Gatoron switches. And there are way more than just these ones. Obviously, these are your 3 main ones. So need to hold this a little bit better so you guys can see. But yeah, so your reds, reds is that one, which is your linear switch with no tactile, no click or anything like that. You're very basic, your standard sort of mechanical switch, I suppose. Then obviously your brown, which is your tactile. So your tactile switch without any of the click, like the audible feedback. And then obviously the blues, which are the ones with the tactile bump as well as the clicking noise as well. So very obvious when it activates these ones here. Obviously with switches, it's very much a sort of a personal preference kind of thing. Some people love one, love the others. I used to have a pair of a blue switch keyboard back in the day, which I really did enjoy, but my housemates didn't, especially when I was doing uni assignments at 2 AM, so I had to get rid of that. But anyway, we'll explore that in a sec as well. Look, what I'll do, we might as well jump into it. Let's have a quick squiz at actually not only, well, the replacement of the keycaps on this thing as well. So I might just move some of this stuff out the way. And what we will do is, so obviously I was looking at before the replacement keycaps. So I believe these are just the Windows keys as well. Switch those switches, that's what we're going to do. So you've got Windows keys here if you're using it, obviously without a Mac, because you don't really need a Mac key for that. So in here we've got the 2 main pieces of kit that we're going to need. We've got an Allen key, which is interesting. I don't know, you might, I guess, yeah, that's for taking the back off if you ever need to do that. I'm not sure if the Keychron guys might be able to confirm that. Whether or not you can sort of remove if you can get like a replacement backplate or something for the keyboard, that's pretty cool. Keychron clicks, yeah, I agree, Zoe. They are really nice. Look, I know that I didn't switch back fast enough. That tile just fell off. And you know what, I think we're just gonna roll with it. I'm sorry, because it's just not gonna stay there. But the Keychron keyboards do feel really good. I know, look, this is one of those things that it's very easy for me to just say it as part of the stream, but I actually have a Keychron keyboard myself. I have the Keychron K10, and it is awesome. It's probably the best feeling keyboard I've ever had, which I've actually brought along with me, and I will show you that in a sec as a more kind of complete version of this. But anyway, I'll get into the actual switch itself. So I've got this is like a dual-sided tool. So we've got the keycap puller. So this one here that sort of stretches over keycap and you can lift it out from underneath, as well as the actual switch puller. So that's the one that's designed to actually get the switches out of the kit as well. So I believe what we're running with on this keyboard out of the box is red. So I might replace it with, might replace a couple of blues and a couple of browns as well, just to give you an idea of the difference between it. I'll try and I'll put the microphone down next to it so you can sort of hear the difference as well. But unfortunately, as much as I'd love for you guys to be able to feel the difference, we can't. But I believe a lot of our stores, our Umart stores, do have sort of key testers as well. I know definitely our Milton and our Mansfield stores do for anyone in Queensland. So if you wanted to come down and give it a bit of a try, you absolutely can as well. Anyway, let's take off some of the, I'll take the function keys off because they're easy to get to. So essentially, what that does is that kind of grabs over the key and then you literally just pop it off. It comes off super easy. So the Keychron's similar to, again, most mechanical switches or cherry switches have that little kind of plus design there. So a universal sort of keycap that can go on there. Now the next step, and the more tricky step, well, it's not really tricky actually, it's pretty easy. I'm just clumsy, is using the keycap puller to come out of there. So hard to get on camera, but it feels very surgical. You sort of get right in. There's two little tabs in under the switch that you can grab it by, and I've missed them because I'm going to the wrong side. And you can just pull it out like that there. And then essentially what you've got here is the little socket that you can plug one of the new switches into. I think there was, there's probably instructions in the box to sort of take you through this. I know I haven't been, it's a little bit hard to show you, not in person or on camera, but there's things. Oh, there we go. That's good advice. Please be gentle and make sure to align the pins with the socket properly. Good advice, and not just for keyboards. So we'll have I reckon we'll throw a blue one in there because I like the cherry blues. They're pretty nice. Real nice. And we'll chuck a couple of browns in as well. I'm not going to do the whole keyboard because otherwise we'll be here all day. I have done this with my own keyboard, as I said, and it takes a while, but it's well worth it. Really nice. Don't need a new keyboard, just here to support the stream. Everyone's chances of winning. That's very kind of you, Ian. I'm sure you've already got a Keychron, possibly even one of these ones as well. The Q1 Max, of course, keyboards. So it's very kind of you to let someone else take the win as well. So essentially, I'll go back to this camera. I'll put a blue one in. Now I've got to make sure I do this properly. Which way did I pull it out? Oh dear. It's like that. There we go. Essentially, that will just kind of clip in place. It's pretty simple. There's only really one way for it to go in. Welcome, Russell. Great to have you back on the stream again, mate. I'll take one of these out just to show you. It's very simple, very easy to do. And then that just hooks in. Boom. Out it comes. And then I can throw the brown one in there and it'll just slot in place like that. Perfect. And then of course these keys, so my F5 key can just go straight back on. F6 key goes straight back on. There we go. And so obviously with a little bit more time and a bit more patience, you can do the entire keyboard if you are so inclined. You could do alternating keys. If you wanted your numpad to be clicky and the rest of your switches to be linear, you absolutely can do that as part of your setup with Keychron. I believe we sell also the Gateron replacement switches. They don't come in quite as fancy jars as these, but you can buy full replacement kits. Keychron have heaps more options online as well, which I will sort of show you. Now look, I suppose what I haven't done yet is shown you the most important feature of any gaming keyboard, which is of course the RGB, because RGB is everything when it comes to gaming. So I'm gonna again make a little bit of room, but I've got a laptop here set up, and so as I said, I think I can use either, but I've got a USB-A port, so I might as well plug that into there. Go back to this camera just to show you just like the board game operation, but more fun. Yes, it does give me serious operations vibes. Newbie here, does wired or wireless make much real world difference as a user experience? I prefer a cleaner setup. That's a great question. Look, in all honesty, nowadays, not so much. I personally find that there's very little latency difference between a wired and a wireless keyboard. So I'm just gonna plug this in quickly just to show you, obviously the most important feature, which is the RGB backlighting on it, which obviously you can also get clear switches for this one as well, which is fantastic, and shows off that RGB even more. But you can totally go as crazy with it or as minimal as you like. But yeah, and obviously, as mentioned before, I'm using it with a Mac, not a Mac, PC. I'm using it with a laptop. It's not a MacBook. You can probably see that. But yeah, you can switch between the Windows and the Mac mode. I'm going to obviously put it on Windows for my setup. And then you've got the option to go between the wireless or Bluetooth. So it is Bluetooth. You don't even need a dongle. So your setup can be super clean. But anyway, sorry, coming back to that question. Look, there's not a huge difference in terms of the latency. If you are playing professional Counter-Strike or Valorant, you might notice a difference. If you're not, you're probably not going to notice a difference whatsoever. I know, look, I'm old school in the sense that I just like a cable, and I know a lot of people do. So it's great that these give you both options. But don't feel like you're going to be missing out on a lot of performance if you're using wireless or Bluetooth, because realistically you're not. So click blue switches are great. Yes, I love clicky blue switches. Just the people I live with don't. But I've kind of gone off them. I'm definitely a tactile guy. I like having that feedback on them. Good. Love a rainbow, of course. Look, RGB is what it's all about, isn't it? Gotta love a Keychron, thanks to the gents at Milton. I picked up one a few weeks back. Yes, you did, and we loved having you here. K10 Pro, same keyboard I've got. Fantastic keyboard, really good for a full-size keyboard. I really love having the full size with the numpad and everything like that. In fact, I'll show you in a sec. I'm really excited to show you my keyboard. But anyway, again, I did mention I was gonna. I'll see if I can like sort of lean into it without having to take my lanyard off, but. It was this one, I believe. The F5s, the F6, and the F7. So the F5, I don't know how well you can hear that or how well the mic's picking it up. But that's sort of the, well, that's the brown. Was it? No, that's the blue. That's why it's so clicky, of course. So that's the blue switch. Your F6, that's the brown. So sort of halfway down, you can actually physically feel where it activates, which is really nice. And then there's the red, which is what the rest of the keyboard's using as standard. And the red sounds very similar to the brown. Obviously, you just don't feel the activation point. Probably a good option for a gaming keyboard, just because you don't really necessarily need to feel the activation. The blue's great for touch typing and the like, because obviously you can feel exactly where it is without bottoming all the way out on the key. And the brown is a really good in between, where if you're not a fan of the clicking noise, obviously you still get that feedback. But you don't get the extra noise associated with it. So, you know, you can use it in an office without sending all of your co-workers mad, which is great. But yeah, anyway, that's the Keychron keyboard. The Q1 keyboard, Q1? I want to say Q1. The Q1 Max keyboard. I should have probably learned that before I started the stream, but you know. Anyway, fantastic keyboard. And just because I don't want to be here all day pulling keycaps off and everything, I am going to show you one I've prepared earlier as well. I'm gonna pop that one sort of just to the side for now. Wish I had the K10 Pro. I wish you did too, because it's such a fantastic keyboard. It's really good if you want a full size one. So anyway, here is one I prepared earlier. This is actually my personal keyboard, just to prove that I do love Keychron. So that's my K10. And I have decked this out with custom keycaps, obviously from Keychron as well. So the blue and yellow. Which is not to everyone's taste. Everyone that I show this to, there's either they say they love it or they think it's disgusting and want to throw up. But I love it. I think it's fantastic. So there's that one. Keychron also have these here. So this is their coiled aviator cable. Great for cable management. It's a C2C and obviously comes with the A adapter as well. But I use that to plug my keyboard in. Bit of the right camera. Because I have RGB as well, of course. Because you got to have RGB. Now, my keys that I have on here, I will show you, because I bought a replacement kit directly, because you can buy the replacement Keychron switches directly off Keychron. And as I was saying before, there are a lot more options than just the reds, the browns, and the blues as well. The ones that I have are called, and this is not a joke, these switches are called, whoop, I took two off there. I'll show you them. Yeah, you might see a color on them, which is sort of like a light green. It is called the Keychron Baby Kangaroo switch. The Keychron Baby Kangaroo switch, which is a great name and part of the reason I was drawn to them. But essentially, it's similar to a brown. So it's the tactile without the click, but has the feedback on it. But it's also very springy. It springs up very quickly, a lot quicker than a standard keyboard, hence where the name sort of kangaroo came from, I suppose. But really good for me because I am just an ape and I just really smash the hell out of my keyboard. I type very hard. So that's good for me because it gives you that bit of extra resistance and feedback. And that's probably my favorite thing about the Keychron, their full mechanical keyboards, is being able to go really deep into customization, but you can still just buy it and have a great keyboard out of the box. You don't have to go through the whole rigmarole of building a custom keyboard and it costs hundreds and hundreds of dollars. You can start with a nice keyboard and then add to it over time, which is fantastic, which is kind of what I've done with mine. It's a great option between sort of your more casual keyboard experience as well as your enthusiast keyboard experience, which is, I was at a show down in Sydney last year at IEM, and we had some Keychron guys there and they showed me the keyboards and I just fell in love. They're fantastic. Really highly do recommend them. Obviously the K10 if you like the full size, as well as obviously the Q1 Max, which is a brilliant option. Really high quality build. I know there's several, obviously you can feel it, there's several extra layers of build quality in this. This is heavier than my K10. This is a serious keyboard, but I know there's a lot of extra sound dampening and other things like that built into the keyboard as well. So really, really awesome keyboard. Highly recommend you check it out. Anyway, I'll get this out of the way because we've got a few other things from Keychron to show off as well. I'm just going to pop this one off to the side for now. And also, of course, I completely forgot to mention, we're giving this away. By the way, this is the giveaway for today's stream. So if you haven't already, type !giveaway to bring up the form that you got to fill out. Because yeah, you can. All you got to do is be here, enter that form, and you could win this keyboard right here. And this thing's worth a lot of money. It's a great keyboard, and you can get it for free just for being here. So highly recommend that you do that. Anyway, the next thing we will move on to, I will put the correct switches back in as well. I better remember to do that before I send it back to the giveaway. So the next one we were going to look at is the Keychron B1 Pro. So this one here. Obviously they're very slimline keyboard. Like I said, it reminds me almost like those little keyboards that you buy for like your iPad or something like that. Really quite interesting. So I should have brought a knife with me. That would have been clever, because I don't have any fingernails to get this off. Your keyboard gives me big Fortnite vibes, not gonna lie, like the Battle Bus. Not sure how I'd know how to respond to that. Battle Bus keyboard, Fortnite keyboard. Look, I'm not the biggest Fortnite guy, but look, I'll take it. Yeah, there we go, got it. Perfect. So let's crack this thing open. So this is my first time looking at a Keychron B1. I've never seen this one before. So obviously less of the mechanical style keyboard and into the ultra slim compact one. Comes with obviously your nice quick start guide. This one that we're looking at is the white version of the keyboard as well. As you can see from the box as well, it comes in a number of different colors. It's like the, kind of like the Nintendo DS Lite colors. You've got like the cyan, the black, the white, the pink. Great, I love it. Real nostalgic vibes from that. But yeah, so that's the keyboard there. Almost like I said, it's very reminiscent of like a Mac keyboard, I guess, in a lot of ways. And similar to their other keyboards as well, you can use it in either Mac, Bluetooth, wireless, or windowed mode. So fantastic options for absolutely everything. I'm going to put it on Bluetooth mode for now. I could hook it up and everything, but I'm not sure. Hang on, I'll see. I'm assuming there's a cable that comes with it. Of course, there's a cable that comes with it, as well as a little USB dongle. I might put the USB dongle in as well, just to prove that I'm not lying about the wireless. Let me go to 2.4 mode. Let me see. Have I got? I thought I had. Oh no, I was pressing F keys of something. Oh dear. FM. FN F11. Oh, what have I done? Trying to use a laptop upside down, which is a good idea. FN F11. There we go, it works. Fantastic. So yeah, obviously you can hook it up via Bluetooth. No need for a dongle, but it comes with the dongle if that's an easier option. Or of course it comes with the cable, and of course it also comes with the A to C adapter. So there is basically no way you're not going to be able to get this thing to work with whatever device you're plugging it into, which again is just one of the best features of the Keychron stuff. It's fantastic. I think that's pretty much everything that it comes with. That's everything it's got to come with. But yeah, super lightweight, super compact. This would be a great travel keyboard, obviously. You could just, it's super thin, weighs almost nothing. I think there is still a layer over the top of this. There is, and I was using it with that on there, but it still works, but obviously you might be able to see it a little bit more clearly now. But yeah, great option as a travel keyboard. Ultra slim, ultra compact, fit that in your bag, in your laptop carry bag, or your MacBook carry bag. Like I said, it can work with absolutely anything. So, heard lubrication is a term in keyboarding. Do switches generally come with lube already on them, or is it like thermal paste? Look, it's one of those things that, like, I think a lot of switches come pre-lubricated, as opposed to you doing it yourself. I think you've got the option to do that. That's probably more in your, I guess, obviously your high-end enthusiast sort of thing. I haven't looked in too much about that. I don't know if the Keychron guys might know anything more about that, but I know a lot of the Gateron switches they sell come pre-lubricated, and you generally don't need to do that yourself with a lot of the Gateron switches, but I believe you do still have the option to do that. So something I need to look into. Glossy keys or matte keys? These are matte. It's sort of a nice matte finish. I'll bring up the camera. Apologies as well. I've noticed this camera goes out of focus a little bit. So apologies if that is causing any issues. But nice, sleek, matte finish. Really nice keyboard. Yeah, that's that one there. And then the last thing we've got to show from Keychron, obviously, is their M7 wireless mouse. Let's bring that one up right about here. Let's get that open. DS colors are a slay. They are indeed. I love the DS colors. As soon as I saw it, I immediately just thought of the Nintendo DS Lite. That's great. So, now this is the total opposite of the Q1 Max. This thing weighs nothing. I was expecting it to be a bit heavier than it is, but that is super, super lightweight, which is cool. Let me... Again, of course, we've got everything that you're going to need. We've got your USB-C male-to-male cable. We've got the C to A adapter. I believe that's 2 dongles, actually. So either a USB-C or a USB-A dongle, and then obviously the joiner or the adapter. So again, literally no use case that isn't going to work fine with this, which is fantastic. And yeah, you can obviously see on the side here all the different things. So DPI up to 2600, all the different Wi-Fi and Bluetooth connectivities, 70-hour battery life, which is pretty bloody good, and 63 grams. No wonder it was so light. So super lightweight mouse. Doesn't appear to have anything else in the box there. So definitely, if you're one of those more lightweight fans, I don't know, if you're one of those professional Valorant or Counter-Strike players, and you're clawing like this across the desk, great option for that, because it is really lightweight, so it's not going to slow you down, which is that's not me. I'm more of I move like this when I'm using my mouse. But obviously this isn't the only mouse that Keychron sells. They have plenty of other options for you to look at as well. Really nice. I do like the shape of the mouse having that thumb rest on the side, which is good. Looks like a half Logitech Superlight, half Vasily. It does a little bit. It kind of gives me some Logitech vibes. almost like a mix between one of their gaming mice and like their MX Master one as well. Very sleek. Not a lot of bells and whistles on this thing, but honestly, I kind of like that. And it matches the Keychron aesthetic, which is generally quite clean, not super edgy and flashy, which is great. But obviously, like I said, either wired or wireless design, so there's pretty much no application you're not going to be able to use one of these in, which is fantastic. So yeah, that's, I guess, pretty much everything from Keychron. So obviously, thanks big time again to Keychron for this, because that was really good getting to show off all of their stuff as well. But we've also now we've got the TP-Link stuff to show off as well. So really excited to get into this. So I'm going to show you, obviously, again, glossy or matte. It's matte. Sorry, I forget to mention that, but it is a matte keyboard. Keychron, any chance of a 12-button mouse? Yeah, interesting. A MOBA mouse, because not a lot of brands do them anymore. Look, I'm not a big MOBA guy myself, so I don't particularly care too much, but there's definitely still a market for that. A lot of League players out there. So, Keychron, if you're watching, MOBA mouse, you should do one of those. But anyway, as I was saying, obviously thanks again to Keychron for sponsoring and giving us these awesome keyboards. And more importantly, thanks again for giving us the Q1 Max for giveaway. Remember? So definitely check that out. Definitely fill that out for your chance to win one of those, and we will likely be doing the giveaway for that, or the poll for that, next week as well. We do have a giveaway for last week coming up at the end of this stream as well. So I've got a winner wheel set up for that for everyone that filled out the Google form for that. So thanks everyone for coming along. Anyway, that's the Keychron side of things set up. So I think now we're going to have a look at the TP-Link, and we have the TP-Link Tapo, the TC82 solar powered camera to look at. And we're going to walk you through not only the sort of the hardware side of it, and how to mount it, how to set it up, but also how to actually set it up via the TP-Link Tapo app as well. Really simple process. One of my favorite things about TP-Link products, not only obviously because they're really well priced and just generally good quality, but how easy they are to use. Do it all via your phone. It's a really modern, really easy, really idiot-proof way to do it. So even I can use their stuff, which is great. Anyway, I'll just shuffle some of this stuff out the way and get my Keychron back here. Where's the box? There's the box. Couple of red switches. I could go to be right back, but I'd be depriving you of my lovely face, so I won't do that. You guys get to see me. It's alright. Love a white mouse, so aesthetic. Yeah, look, the white stuff is great. Nice, obviously matching it up with the keyboard as well to go with it, which is super cool. And obviously, again, the keycap replacement sets, you can go full white on this, or you can do a disgusting mix of blue and yellow like I did. Or there's heaps of different options. They've got teal, they've got purple, they've got pretty much everything. All right. So, anyway, let's get into this one here. So we're having a look at the TP-Link TC82 kit. Security camera, really cool. And one of the even cooler features is that it's solar powered as well, which is pretty crazy. So obviously this thing is designed to be used in an outdoor setting. With that, can totally still be used in an undercover or inside setting if needed. And I'll show you sort of specific ways that you can set it up as well. So look, let's get into it. Let's pop this thing open. Have a bit of a squiz at it. There it is. So here we go. So obviously we have got the camera itself. This here, I believe, is the solar panel for it. There, and a few other things. These will be important, and I'll show you what these are for later. But also we've obviously got the solar panel there, which would power the unit, which is awesome. And then we've got the rest of our mounting hardware. So I believe that's a little mounting widget that I can put on to the base of it there. I'll show you how that mounts on in a sec. We then obviously have a mount there, and it's a dual mount, and I'll show you why there's two separate mounting bits. I mean, it should be pretty obvious. There's the solar camera to put on it as well. Peel the plastic. Ah, yes. Hang on. Let me get that right into the camera too. Nice. Probably should take the plastic off your camera before you set it up. Probably a good idea. But then obviously we've got a few other things. So we've got a USB-C cable. So this is a C to C. That's an extension of it, of this A to C cable that we've got here. We've got a few other little bits and pieces here. So these are little sort of covers and everything that you can put across the cables as well. Obviously, because this camera is a lot of the time going to be set up in an outside area, very important you keep sort of dust and debris and everything out of those ports. So fantastic that this comes with that as a solution as well, straight out of the box. Obviously, we've got further mounting gear, so to mount it onto the wall. Even comes with a cable tie for those of you cable management freaks that want to make it look real tidy as well. And then all of your quick start guides and other general sort of information. We've also got the little base here. So this unit here, the base, I'll show you how that works, and I'll show you exactly what that is for as well. But essentially, right, pop this box out the way. I might need that quick start guide. I do also have some help with me from TP-Link here in case I need it. So if you see me talking to someone off camera, it's one of the TP-Link guys that's here to give me a hand on the stream if I need it. We'll see how much I remember, how much of an expert I am on the TP-Link Tapo stuff now. But we'll have a squid. Nice peel. Thank you, Chili Man. So appealing to some. It is a weird kind of ASMR. It's nice. I like it. We're going to just have to get a whole bunch of new parts one day and do just a full Umart ASMR unboxing stream. It's going to be fantastic. Anyway, I digress. So we've obviously got the mounting hardware here, and this part of the camera, pretty simple. It will just pop into place on there like that. And so you've got two different areas of obviously maneuverable. So you've got almost like a ball socket there that you can move it around on. And so this one here will lock that part into place. That's come off the socket. Then I'll get that back on. And then obviously the more you tighten it up on there, the less it's going to turn, sort of swivel around on here. Build a secret lad table ASMR. Yes, sounds like a great idea. We just got to get them to sponsor us. So do you just need a phone and the camera? Pretty much. Obviously, other than a home network and everything to hook everything up to. But there we go. We've got that camera mounted there. The other thing you can do as well with this, did I bring a screwdriver? I think I did. Yes, I did. So this little plate here comes out. And then obviously this here is designed for your wall mounting. So you can mount that up on a wall, up on a ceiling, and it comes with the screws to fit it in. That's where these bits and pieces come in super handy as well. So essentially what this is it's a little transparent sticker that you can put on the wall so you can mark out exactly where you need to drill holes for it, which makes it a lot easier than trying to hold the thing in place and drill holes through the product. So that obviously matches up with if you're mounting it on the wall with the full plate. And this one here matches up with that one there. So you can mount, obviously the solar panel will go into here, and I'll show you that too, because that's really super duper easy. That literally just slides in place. Perfect, done. That's how easy it is to mount. So you could have it mounted, I could have it sitting like this. Or if, for example, I wanted to fit this, say, the camera's sitting underneath an awning where obviously a solar panel's not going to really do a lot of work because it's not in the sun. You can detach this part essentially and have it mounted separately. That's where the extension cable comes in, because you can run that down from the solar panel mounted on the other plate, sitting in somewhere where it is getting sun, and then it's still able to power essentially the power the unit, even though the unit itself isn't in the sun, which is super cool. So just lots of really handy mounting options that come with it, which again, just what you want. An all-purpose application. You don't want to have to buy one specific camera for one sort of thing. You could buy just a couple of these and mount them however you want. If you ever need to change where it is in the house, you can do that, which is fantastic. So yeah, obviously that could then mount here, and then if this is mounted over here, so it comes with the USB-C cable running from the solar panel. And would I be right in saying that this can be completely self-sufficient with the solar panel? So yeah, perfect. Obviously does have the option to charge via a USB-C cable directly, but this will keep it completely self-sufficient. So you don't even need to run a PoE network cable to it to power it, and obviously Wi-Fi. So it's literally sit in place and you're good. You never have to move it, obviously, unless you're doing any kind of maintenance or changing around your network setup, which is super duper cool. But then what we can do is run the extension, which this is a super long extension, so that can go a long way. That will run, it comes with a little silicone cover on that part of the extension cable as well, again to help just prevent any dust or debris or anything getting into that cable and causing any problems, which when it's sitting outside is obviously going to potentially be an issue for you. Oh no, that one's the SD card. Yeah. So that one there. Huh? No, that's got it, yeah. So there is also on the back of it an SD card spot. So that is obviously for local storage. So you can put up to is a 512 gig SD card for local storage of video. TP-Link do obviously have cloud options and subscription options available there for storage on the cloud. But also view through their app, you'll have the live view options as well. So essentially, yeah, that's kind of how that's set up, and you can mount that however you'd like. But look, I think the next step will be actually showing you the app and how to set it up and use it. And it's got a lot of cool features on there as well. Some AI stuff, some really smart features, and you can customize it to exactly how you want to use it as well. Sorry, I've been ignoring the chat for a little bit. What's the total weight? Wonder if some commercial double-sided tape would work. Renter-friendly. That is true. Look, it's not a particularly heavy unit. Does it say anywhere on the box? The solar panel itself is honestly probably lighter than the camera. You would know what the weight of the unit is off the top. We might come back to that one. We might have an answer for that. You need to use dedicated software, or are we able to use something like MotionEye? Well, it does obviously come with the TP-Link Tapo's app. Would it be, you'd be able to integrate this with other third-party software as well? Yeah, so obviously things like, well, obviously Alexa and Google Home work with it. I'm sure there are probably other third-party options as well available, particularly if they work with those as part of it as well. Need to not have to run cables is a game changer, absolutely. Particularly networking, running the network cable. Look, wireless is just easier. And now you can be wireless with the power of the sun, which is fantastic. But yeah, I feel like, obviously for the renters out there, that's myself included, you definitely could potentially look at using some like 2M or double-sided tape or something to mount that as well, because it hasn't got heaps of weight to it. Or even, like I said, you can almost just sit it on a desk. If you have it an indoor camera as well, you could mount it sort of like that. Well, I don't know why I'm opening this box. I don't need that box anymore. Let me get this set up just to show you how that works. And how easy it is to run it through the whole Tapo app system as well. So I need a bit of a scenery. I guess that's going to have to do as the scenery for what my camera's looking at anyway. Which is the... Is that the right way up, like that? That's the bottom? Yep, okay, good. I do have it the right way. I'll sit it up on my screwdriver or something like that. Obviously I can't quite drill it into anything currently. My boss wouldn't be happy if I just mounted that on the wall. So the next step will be the TP-Link Tapo app, which I will show you on my phone. Hopefully I don't get too many interesting messages while we're doing that, but we'll have a look. TP-Link Tapo, okay, cool. I have that available, so we will have a look. Now, so sort of see on my camera, on my phone here. So there's the option here up the top. This is the Tapo app. I had that pre-installed, and you can go, so add device. We're going to be looking at, it's a Tapo and it's an outdoor camera. And then we select it from the list, and we're looking for the TC82, which is that one there. Perfect. And now, again, this is the part that's great for people like me who are just not very smart, is that there's a very rigorous sort of run through of the exact setup and everything like that. So essentially what we need to do is press and hold the power button for 3 seconds, turn on your Tapo camera, and then wait about 30 seconds. There's a little LED status light on the front of it, which should blink red and green as well. So that's, not just for me. That camera stopped working for anyone else for the stream. Oh dear. Let me see if I can get that just replugged back in. I might have accidentally knocked it out or something. Might have to be right back, because it's pretty important that I can show you this part of it. Still just looking at my phone. It's frozen from that angle. Okay, great. Technical difficulties, you'll love it. Anyway, I am going to turn this on because it did say that we had to wait about 30 seconds for it. So I'm going to hold the power button down. There we go. Camera on. I don't know if you heard that, but the camera's on. There we go. So there's a little LED power indicator on the front there, which is now that it's on, flashing green and red, which is perfect. Let me wait before I get into this. Is this back yet? Nope, it's not. We'll be right back, folks. Just some minor technical difficulties, nothing worried about too much. Okay. Now, is this camera broke? Please don't tell me this camera's broken now. Are they both broken? Oh dear. Okay, interesting. By the looks of things, I mean, I'm assuming you guys are seeing what I'm seeing, and I'm just frozen in place, which is interesting. Let me just have a quick look at OBS and see if I can fix this. Still camera. Yep. Okay. Hit me. Whoa. I think we might be back. Oh, we've zoomed out though. Let me fix that. Well, goes about there. If I go to here, it's the same camera, I think. Ooh. Oh my gosh, I think I fixed it. All right, cool, we're back. You did it. Awesome. I hope so. Please confirm that it is working for you guys as well, because OBS is telling me it's working, so I hope it is. I have moved the camera slightly, but we roll with it. It's fine. We're good. Okay, so anyway, where was I? TP-Link Tapo camera setup. So on that way a little bit. Wait. So obviously here we're up to this part here. So it is already red and green. It is still red and green. So I press already red and green because it's ready to go. Connect your Tapo device. Okay, go to your phone's Wi-Fi and then hit your Tapo device's network, Tapo Cam, and then return to this app. So let me do that quickly. Internet, Wi-Fi. So I've got an option here on Wi-Fi for Tapo Cam. I'm gonna hit that. Then I'm gonna do the Tapo app. And it is now looking for my Tapo device. So brilliant. And I'll choose my network. So I'm Umart Milton. I'm not going to show you guys the password for that. You don't need to know that. That's super secret. Anyway, we're back to connecting to the network. Connecting Wi-Fi. You might have just heard the camera ET talking Wi-Fi again. Connected. Wi-Fi connected. That's a good sign. There we go. Name your device. So obviously you can name it whatever you want. I'm probably just going to leave it the default name, the Tapo TC82. But obviously if you wanted to give it a specific name like door camera or bedroom camera or something like that, so you can sort through all of your cameras and view them in the app. Specifically you can. So wherever you place this Tapo device, so you can choose a custom location, again, further sort of say this is a living room one, bedroom, the hallway, the office. I'm going to just call it the office camera because I'm kind of in an office at the moment. This part is also really cool. This part appeals to me a lot, is choosing a specific icon. So again, there's a doormat. So if it's at the front door, one for the garage, one at the gym, one in the bath. Don't put a camera in your bath. But we've got, all sorts of different things. I'm going to go with the doormat. I like the doormat. Go next. Now it's doing the configuration and setup. So really easy setup. Like I said, it's all kind of foolproof. You just do it through the app on your phone. It's kind of the way everything's going nowadays. So really easy and awesome to set up. And there we go. Perfect. Complete. You've configured your Tapo device and it's ready for use. Sounds good indeed. And then obviously it'll take you through a few other options. So the aforementioned, the cloud services that you can buy for your cloud storage and everything like that. I will skip that one for now, but obviously definitely check that out if you do get one of these. You can set up the local storage. As mentioned, you can put up to a 512 gig micro SD card into this thing as well for local storage. Firmware updates, so you can choose as well specific times for your camera to automatically do the firmware update. So between 3 and 5 a.m. Obviously, if this was an outdoor camera, maybe you'd want to set that to another time, like during the morning or the day, when it obviously you probably want this running all night just in case. So closed port covers. So again, the ports on the back of the camera there, you want to make sure that they are nice and sealed up. Again, where the extra little bits and covers come in super handy for preventing any dust or debris or anything getting into there. Taking you through there. Test Wi-Fi signal and preview. The network is unstable, hopefully not too much longer. But this will show you obviously the live view on it. Can multiple users connect and share it? Several family members on the one camera? Yes, they absolutely can do that. So I'll refresh this again. Can this model notify me when it detects movement? It absolutely can, and in fact, I'm going to take you through all of those features in just a sec, all of the really cool features on there. So there you go. You can see you now have a lovely camera setup of my beautiful Keychron keyboards and everything like that there, which is great. And yes, it can do even more than that, James. In fact, it can do something really cool, which I will go through in a sec as well. So really configurable, really customizable. Like I said, this is kind of the camera for pretty much any circumstance, which is great. I will go through another important thing as well. Make sure you do this before you mount the camera, because that makes it a lot easier. Everything's all set up, and then you can mount it, put it in place, knowing that everything's fine. And that's what it will point out to you. And it'll obviously give you a lot of really good tips. So don't point it at swaying trees, because obviously that's going to set off things like motion detection if you've got it set up for that kind of a thing. Avoid pointing it directly at cars and pedestrians on the road, just because that's kind of, you probably shouldn't. Probably just do that. And don't, again, and for motion detection, and avoid pointing directly at like lights or the sun or anything like that, just because obviously that's going to affect the camera's vision as well. What's the length of the cable for the solar panel? So it does come with just a fairly short one built on, but then as shown, it comes with a super duper long cable as well, and this thing would have to be probably 5 meters. I think about 5 meters. So quite a lot of length there. So plenty of sort of options for mounting that. Again, so you can have one sitting underneath, you have the camera sitting underneath your awning, and with a separate mounting, have that sitting up on the roof, where obviously it's gonna get a bit done. Yeah, anyway, let me keep going through. So avoid placing behind glass. That's another one, don't do that. Because it is just going to affect the sensors on the camera. Mount it to the side, so that's another great thing. So never mount it sort of up down in front of the thing. You get a better sort of a viewing angle coming in from an angle. Adjust the angle. So that's your ideal angle, that 20-degree angle, pointing down, and make sure the camera is facing upright. You don't want it facing sort of on an angle either. And then fully charge the battery. So do that obviously before you mount it and set it up, and then you've got the solar panel there, which is going to keep it topped up as well. And so then here we go. Please choose how you would like to mount the camera, so it'll walk you through that. Obviously in this instance, I've got it just set on the table. And then we've got the test Wi-Fi and signal and preview again. Hopefully it doesn't drop out. Question for TP-Link, can we connect using RTSP? That is a good question. What is RTSP, if you could clarify that for us, because I'm certainly not sure myself. Real-time something, perhaps? I'm not sure. I've not come across that before. There we go. Anyway, so we've got the camera waiting for the preview to load. That might just be an artifact of our internet, but we'll go through. Anyway, all set. Your camera is ready for use. So I've got that all set up, which is fantastic. And then the next thing that I'll show you is some of obviously the setup features that we've got on the camera, because this thing is so much more than just a regular little video recorder. This can do a lot more than that. Real-time streaming protocol. I am not sure. I will defer to TP-Link. Do you know? Yeah, we'll double check on that. We'll come back to you on that one. So there you go. I got real-time right, so there you go. I'm pretty happy with that. Anyway, so I'll bring you through again the app out there. So I've got, as you can see, the Tapo camera there set up, and we can have a look at it. An update's required. So I should do that, but I'm not gonna because I'm reckless. But we've got obviously the camera there with the live view. So if I go in front of it, great, you can see that as well. So you've got the live view on the camera. This thing is two-way as well. So you obviously can hear audio coming through the camera, and you also can talk through it. So that's where you've got the talk button there. So if I talk through there, you'll be able to hear that through the audio. Now, where were those playback and download? So there you go. You can go through and view obviously either the cloud video or the storage on there. Obviously at the moment I don't have either of those, so I don't have any recording, but you've got the option to do the local thing. I know I need to update TP-Link. And we've got up in the corner here is where we've got sort of extra device settings. So the part that I really wanted to show is the detection part of this. So this is, as we were looking at before, as we were talking about before, the motion detection, and more than just motion detection, a few different features. And you can really customize this for exactly how you want to use the camera. What's the night vision like? Can you do a test run? Has it got night vision? Yes. Yeah, of course it's got night vision. It's a silly question of me to ask. We can probably turn the lights off. Might do that in a sec. I'll show you the motion detection stuff and everything first, and then we'll go through the night vision on there as well. Because we're just gonna have to turn all the lights off. There's still a bit of RGB going around, but I'm sure it's fine. We'll figure it out. Anyway, we'll go back to this. So the motion detection. So as you can see on here, not only do we have just regular motion detection, blurry for you, so the camera's playing up a little bit. So we've got motion detection, regular motion detection, we've got person detection, pet detection, and vehicle detection. So not only will it be able to pick up on motion, but it can specifically sort of pick up on certain things. So for example, people. Obviously at the moment I've got person detection set on. If you wanted it, for example, this was an indoor camera to keep an eye on your pets. You can have it for pet detection. So a person walking past won't set it on off, but a dog will, or a cat will, and it'll be able to tell that. And same with vehicle detection. So if you wanted it, the camera to go off as someone pulls into the driveway, obviously it'll be able to pick up on that on a car coming in or someone coming into the garage or something like that as well. So now detection zones. This is the cool part. So what you can do is set for each. Set for each. Set for each. No? Okay. Anyway, I'm going to turn them all on. So pet detection, I want pet detection to be on. Don't lag out on me. But essentially, and I'll show you this obviously practically in a sec, is you have the ability to set certain parts of the view of the camera to have specific detection zones. There we go, we're back. So, for example, if I wanted, I can go to the edit here. So I'll show you this on the stream here. So this is the motion detection. So that's currently by default just viewing everything. I don't want any kind of motion to detect it, so I'm just going to get rid of that. Now, I want person detection on this part of the camera. So on this side, if a person walks past and the camera sees it, but only on this side of the view, it's gonna notify me. And for the pet, for example, say I've got this in the bedroom, and that part of the camera shows the top of my bed, and I don't want my pet jumping up on my bed. I can see that, and every time Rover jumps up on my bed, boom, sends me a notification, and I can talk through the camera and say, "Get off my bed, mate," which is great. And then obviously your vehicle, for example, down here, I wanted to detect if a vehicle goes past, but only in this area, so it's only going to notify me there, and then I can save that. And then it'll go back to the other screen in a sec. and then awesome. And it'll give you an outline of all of the zones, specifically where the view is on the camera. So obviously the blue area is going to be the person detection, pet detection, and then it gives you that whole overview. So really, really cool feature. Again, makes it super duper customizable, and you can do pretty much anything you want, whether or not this is a doorbell camera or a bedroom camera or just a hallway camera or whatever you need it to do. You can have it pretty much anywhere. Perfect for obviously home use and everything like that as well. The camera, come back to the weight. The camera is 230 grams and the solar panel is 140 grams. So quite lightweight. I'm sure that's something that a bit of double-sided tape or an A2 strip or something like that would be more than capable of holding up as well. So fantastic. Anyway, yeah, that was that part. Obviously, as mentioned, there is your two-way audio and everything. And there is the alarm system on this one. So you can set an alarm, for example, and that alarm can either be sound or light. So for example, I know one of the very common things of doing it, especially on the camera on your front door, is that it will flash a light essentially to deter people because it scares them off the light going off. You can have a sound alarm. So if someone walks up to your front door at night, then it'll play an actual alarm and scare them off. And obviously we've also got a schedule, so that can be during the day, during the night, or a custom schedule. So between specific hours of the day, you can have that alarm. So obviously your alarm's not going to go off at... Oh dear, I've accidentally set my alarm. There you go. Well, look, it works. You know the alarm works. I clearly have just set it off myself there. So yeah, anyway, obviously you're not going to want that happening at 1:39 p.m. during the day, are you? So, but you've got, I can hear it playing back to the stream now. But yeah, so obviously if you only want that to be playing in the overnight hours, you've got the ability to set that up. So don't worry, you don't have to have that alarm set every time unless you really just want to keep the Jehovah's Witnesses away from your house. But otherwise, there's all of that. There's obviously heaps more features and everything. But again, like the Keychron keyboards, really customizable, lots of use cases, and everything that you need to do that comes straight out of the box. So you're not having to, you don't have to buy one of these for a specific use case and one for another. You could have two of the same and it can do just about everything. So really awesome. Definitely worth having a look at. And if you wanted to, the battery on camera just is fair enough. I was gonna say that might be an artifact of this one here because it's kind of a little bit more isolated, but obviously the TP-Link Tapo app will kind of hook up with your home network as well, so you'll be able to run a lot of that stuff through there too. But yeah, really, really great. If you wanted to see more info on the setup, maybe have a more professional showing than I've clearly done, if you type !TP-Link with no spaces or anything in the chat, it should bring up the YouTube video for the setup guide and everything for this one as well. Headphone warning in approximately 1 minute long. Yeah, apologies to all the headphone users out there. That probably hurt a little bit. I didn't mean to do it. But yeah, as I said, !TP-Link, that'll bring that up in the chat. The link to the YouTube video for the setup and everything for that, which is super duper cool. Otherwise, I think that's just about everything for today's stream and all the setup. So again, a huge shout out to Keychron and TP-Link for sponsoring today and for providing some really cool stuff to have a look at. How many real rad features on all the products of the Q1? The Q1 is a fantastic keyboard, really nice. If I didn't already spend way too much money on a Keychron keyboard, I would totally be buying one of those myself now. I might enter the giveaway myself. I'm definitely not allowed to, but I'm still going to do it. Keep the dream alive. But anyway, look, before we go, a few other things. Well, the one thing we've got to do is we've got a giveaway from last week that I need to run. What do I do with my mouse? I had a mouse. I'm back. Because I should have a giveaway wheel for this one. That's not the giveaway wheel. Nope, nope, nope. You didn't see that? This is the giveaway wheel. I'm a professional, trust me. Anyway, these are all the people that entered our giveaway for last week. And this is for the parts we're giving away, which is I believe there were 3. So I'm going to be drawing 3 names out of this. So the first prize was the motherboard. The second prize was RAM, and the third prize was an SSD, I believe. Although we might do a bit of a first choice kind of setup for that. So if you came first, you'll get the first pick out of the 3. Maybe you don't need a motherboard, but you really need some RAM. But I'll get our obviously our marketing team to sort that out as well. So let's go. Prize number 1. Awesome. So our top prize winner is the Vault 47. Well done, the Vault 47. Congratulations. We'll be getting in touch with you shortly. Chili Man, I filled out the Google Doc for the giveaway, but I was not on the wheel. Why are you not on the wheel, Chili Man? Let me put you on the wheel right now. Apologies, I locked you out of the first one, but I'll put you on Chili Man. Why not? Only because I love you. All right. Now, second prize goes to Graham Bishop by the looks of things. Congratulations, Graham. You are our second prize winner. And then for the last prize, we have got... Oh, is it going to be Ryan? It's going to be Ryan. That's not me, I promise. That's another Ryan. We had an awful lot of Ryans in the stream last week. So shout out to Ryan. Well done. You are our third winner of the third place prize from last week. So how awesome is that? Fantastic. And obviously we're going to be doing that again next week for one of these bad boys. So fill out that form if you haven't already, because I still can't get over how much this weighs. That is a serious bit of keyboard. So that is really awesome. Fantastic. That pretty much wraps up everything that we've got so far. But before we go, I'd like to kind of throw to you guys as well, just to see if you have any kind of plans or ideas or anything that you'd really like to see on the stream, because we'd love to hear it. Saves me having to think of something, because I'm pretty useless in that department. So that'll be, yeah, look, let us know. Throw it in the chat right now if there's something that you would like to see us do. Whether that's a specific product or a specific kind of topic that you'd like us to cover, or even if you just, I don't know, you want to watch me play Counter-Strike or something. I don't know, throw it in there, because we would, you know, we love taking you guys' ideas on board. At the end of the day, we're doing it for you guys. If you guys aren't interested, there's not a lot of point us doing these streams. So viewer build-off. Viewer build-off? Build-off? We're gonna bring viewers in to do some builds. They have to, whoever finishes first wins. As long as it's not in that thermal take the tower, because that one was tricky. How to build a PC. We've done a few PC build streams before. And probably need to do some more like tutorial style ones, because most of it's just me trying to build it in a mad panic and trying to get it done before the end. 2 of us versus each other for a build with a budget. We could turn this into like a game show or like a reality TV series. Mice and mouse pad reviews, absolutely, big fan of that. Now you might have noticed this this cool Cooler Master mouse pad that I've got here. So shout out to Cooler Master. I believe that is a DreamHack Special Edition from 2022. I want to say that they gave me, and I love it. It's really cool. And yeah, generally mice and everything. Look, I just love peripherals. Getting into that and getting to show off some of the Keychron stuff was great as well. Put suggestions into the form every time. That is true, Russell. I believe one of the ones you were looking at was software setup and everything like that, which is interesting because a lot of the stuff we've done so far is very much related to hardware. So looking at the software side of things would definitely be, because that is obviously still a very big part of the building process. I could do a build off. I'll be coming into Milton in a couple of hours. Can't wait to see you then. That'd be that wouldn't be fair, Russell. You're far too good. You'd win that easily. Build versus build could be pretty cool. Also shows with a tight budget, you can make a pretty awesome PC, especially if you buy it from Umart, of course, because we are Australia's #1 computer store and we have the best prices. So if you want a budget PC, you're probably buying it from us. Tutorial on disabling Windows 11 tracking. I definitely don't have that on my shirt. There's a lot of stuff with Windows. Doing some Windows 11 content might be good, or sort of checking it out. Obviously, we've done a little bit of stuff with the Copilot as well, which is cool. So, but look, I suppose we're probably going to wrap it up there before I waffle on for too long. But thank you so much, everyone, for coming along. Today has been a really awesome stream. I'd say a pretty successful one. And yeah, it's been great. Thanks, obviously, for coming along. Thanks for sharing. Sharing your ideas in chat makes our jobs a lot easier, which is great. And thanks everyone for just being here. Really chill, really fun. So yeah, again, obviously one final time, a big thank you to both Keychron and TP-Link for being awesome. Particularly TP-Link for giving me a big hand with the setup of the camera before we started this as well. I'm now a TP-Link Tapo expert, which is great. But yeah, I had a lot of fun and I hope you guys did too. But obviously, keep an eye out because next week we're going to be streaming again. We're going to be doing the giveaway here and we should have something awesome to show off then as well, I'm sure. But until then, I hope everyone has a great Friday afternoon, a fantastic, happy and safe weekend. And we'll see you on Umart OnLive next week. Thank you very much.